That's the channel he listens to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay.
7, 8.
Yeah. See,
Be late.
Rolling, boys.
There's your
and girls.
Tweety bird.
Getting ready to do this thing.
Dirty bird. What's up? Did your bird wake up today?
Oh, crap.
There it is.
That's it.
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. In no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch, with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Hey, this is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shroud Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. Today is Funked Up Friday. Oh, no. It's Frucked Up Friday. It's Fruck Awesome Friday. That's what it is.
It's a fucking awesome day.
Friday. That's right. January 19th, 2018. And it's and cold, I'll tell you.
It's a fruckin' day.
Where is Fruck? I haven't seen Fruck in a while.
He's somewhere.
On the listing game, and I haven't seen him in here in a little while. But of course, welcome. The heck is that noise out there?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Some kind of noise out back.
Are you talking about Led Zepp's sheep?
Me too. I don't know what it is. One of my neighbors is up to something that's noisy as hell.
Oh, something in real life keeping you down. Hey, did QA server GF fun last night?
For the life of me, I can't figure it out.
I forgot to go to that. The time just went by.
Yeah. I was busy messing around with the pool.
Oh, excuse me. Did you get your pool fixed? or is it full of guppies and pollywogs and slime and all sorts of other shit?
It's full of shit. I know. So the bags for the Polaris, the 2 bags that I have are falling apart, so I had to order new bags. So they should be here tomorrow, and then I'll go over take them, and so there's a bunch of detritus on the pool bottom. But yes, it kind of says that they did have a fun time last night, and that Marguerite's a good healer. So.
Oh, I'm sure she is. Lexi was hanging out in here last night as they were doing that run. She came on in and said hello. And I guess she grabbed some people while she was in here as well.
That thanked us for giving the shout out for it.
Thank you for the shout out, of course, to Candace out there for bringing it to our attention. Extra kudos to him for that. And of course, don't forget, we are NBNN News. If you've got anything you want the folks out there in the world to know, you just tell them the local gossip. We'll let the whole world know, and we'll put it out there in replays day in and day out so everybody hears. You're met to say you got an event going on, you've got a point of interest that you'd like to make, come on in. We'd love to hear from you and sit down. But meanwhile, it is Friday, and been a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, a lot of updates come Borderlarium, a lot of interesting things happening, like last night's event where everybody was invited to come hang out and kill dragons on the QAs, do a little stress testing to help them know where to tweak all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah. I will say that not everything that's actually discussed in the patch notes is available on the QA server as of yet. Some things still have to be fixed.
Lots of things need to be fixed. Speaking of the QA server, we can speak of it.
Yes,
right?
we can talk about it. I mean, we just can't stream it.
We just can't stream it.
And we're also not supposed to share pictures of it.
Oh, pictures
but scroll up.
Yeah, whoops.
But there is an awesome picture of Lord British on that can be seen.
Sure, Jack couldn't help himself on that one. But
I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know what
Lord British poster with daggers as if it's been used for target practice was just too good to pass up, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. And that is on the Jack of Diamonds airship that is floating over Airy and is a means of fast travel to Blood Bay.
Jack of Farts.
How do you figure it's a means of fast travel to Blood Bay?
Well, you obviously didn't see the button where you're supposed to hold down control as you go through the teleport list.
I did not.
Oh.
Was that on the
on the airship when you're up there? Yeah. I believe one of the destination is supposed to be Blood Bay. I can't remember. I was
on the air balloon that's tethered that goes up and down. Is
that is correct.
See, I just double clicked on it and it took me down to where. Oh no, it didn't. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, it didn't. It asked me for a location, and I just clicked. I didn't even look at.
Oh yeah. See, whereas I recalled off the ship, so I didn't even really expand it either.
Well, of course, there is a surprise for folks, but we're not going to spoil that surprise, are we?
Which part of the surprise?
If you accidentally fall off the ship.
Oh no! We'll
jump off the ship.
We'll let them discover that by themselves. That was pretty damn funny.
First off, they have to discover how to get on the ship, but that's another story.
Yeah, it did involve some min-maxing of the virtue.
It involves pretty unsavory business.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Unsavory business. I don't know. Come on down to Laz's. We'll talk about it in the back room. Let's see, maybe if I can supply some information for some folks out there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we do have a bunch of people talking over in Twitch, talking about the number of people that were on the QA server.
What is the topic of the day out there?
Well, they're talking about Econdis is mentioning that there is an unplanned PvP type event that's going to be happening on the QA server. We don't know when that will happen because that hasn't been scheduled, as well as another hunting party, possibly. But there's no details for either one, but that is a means of stress testing as well as testing certain game mechanics. A little bit more structure. So that is always a good thing that is taking place, and that's spearheaded by Lexi. So thank you.
Yes, Lexi is taking the reins on that.
But we have to thank Econdis for communicating that to us. So, but I have some I have some sad news.
Oh,
I have some really sad news.
Constipated?
There's not a stand-up corner. Nor has somebody updated their daily blog.
What are we gonna do?
We don't need no stand-up corner.
Just read yesterday's same thing.
We have all sorts of other stuff to talk about.
I need
of course,
some comfort.
Pax Slayer.
That and they killed the timer. The timer. The countdown timer.
They killed that yesterday.
Reset.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to reset.
They didn't actually. They killed the ticker. Okay.
Yeah, they killed the ticker. Right, so the
They
ticker.
have a countdown. It's now 67 days to launch. I don't know why they. Well, what happens when you click on that?
Well, it takes you to the note.
Q1.
Yeah, and that is where Tuesday, March 27th, release 52. They're planning to move out of early access into live. But we've been persistent for a year and a half. So,
Is that launch?
yep.
It's live.
It's whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So that was to the
Is it
Q1
gold? Is it launch? Is it
You know
prime?
what? Physical goods. That's all that matters to me.
You know?
I'll have my cloth map.
Speaking of cloth maps, I can't speak about that. That's in QA. But I can tell you folks who have QA access, there's some interesting information about the map out there. Go check it out. You can get a preview of it. I can tell you that.
Hey,
I tell them that if they have access, they can go help edit.
Everybody's got access to the QA server. You just have to download the QA client.
Dev Plus, sorry, Dev Plus.
Yeah.
For you Dev Plusers out there, you can go take a look at the almost completed product that's going to ship and help edit it and look at it and look for any spelling errors. Of course, you're going to have to brush up on your.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that. I can't show the folks, but for the Dev Plus people, I can tell them condos. It's a very fine line. We understand that. That's why we've been here 3 years, because we understand that.
Yeah. Blood Omen wants to know how many cloth maps I'm getting. Several?
No, I do not believe we have that information yet.
Oh, no, physical goods. Several?
No, question was, do we know what the size of the map is going to be yet? And
I kind of know.
Is it going to be? Yeah, I think we have a good, reasonable facsimile there. Are going to look more like the one we got at Hoblaw 3? Is that what you were searching for?
Maybe.
Yes.
But it is going to be about that big.
Traditionally about that size. That's right.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So. And so that would be about 12 by 14 or so, I believe, if I remember correctly. I actually did have a discussion with Scotty about that. And
Nice one.
they've gone through and figured out the sizes for everything that they're going to do, including like, okay, here's your deed for being a founder or a benefactor, and you get the signed deed from Lord British for whatever. Those are they have to decide, because it's got to fit in the box, and one of the things they're trying to do is it's like, is it going to have a fold in it? Is it not? And things like paper, they're trying to stay away from putting folds in things. I do know that Gina was helping to edit the user manual that's going to be in the physical box as well. Ooh, yeah, that's some breaking news, right?
I didn't know there was a user.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd be interested to see how they do that, because the digital user's manual is pretty damn deep.
Well, I saw the template that they were working on as far as the artwork and the direction that they were taking there. I didn't see the actual user's manual because that hadn't been written as of yet, but there's a lot of stuff.
Users.
Now, for those of you who do not know, if you go to the upper
Led
corner
Zepp
and
doesn't know who
click on
Falcor
the-
is.
Yeah, that name sounds
Falcor.
familiar.
Yeah, man.
He's the guy who wrote.
No,
Yeah.
that's Falco.
And you were all cut out. I didn't hear you.
Falcor was the dragon in Neverending Story, the dog-faced dragon.
Ah, okay.
Huh.
Yeah, luck dragon. Yep.
Okay.
Can't believe you guys don't know these things.
I have no clue.
I mean, you've got a picture of Falcor somewhere in your house, man.
I may just, but
You
yeah,
do.
what am I
It's
gonna
the
do?
It's the Countach album cover. That's Falcor on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, really?
Lost it in my bedroom.
yeah. Those things didn't click. That's all I
And
How do you guys not know that?
No clicky.
Well, screw it. They don't really know it because they're a little bit too old.
Hey, what's the name of the dragon in Game of Thrones?
Which one?
Which one?
There's three of them.
Oh, slug bug, Jack.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Wrong
Now,
room.
well, not only that, but are you talking about all the dead ones? Are you talking about the
I have no
alive
idea.
ones?
I didn't realize they were actually dragons.
Oh,
I was taking a stab in the dark. I don't watch that crap.
see, you need to, because then you'd be like, the funny thing about like Game of Thrones is like there's all kinds of memes about like incest and everything else before
You
and
know,
after
I just
Shit, Maynard.
that.
it
It's
kills
like,
me between
what the
that
fuck?
and The Walking Dead. You know, I go check Facebook once a day or so, and yeah, the day The Walking Dead's coming on, man, people are all like, you know, little kids on Ritalin and M&Ms, man. Just, oh, The Walking Dead's on tonight. The Walking Dead's on tonight.
Miz.
See,
Eagle, thank you very much for those donations. Yeah.
I think I've read
Anyway.
the first 130 comics for The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and the
So
same
I-
thing with Game of Thrones. Everybody watches it for the tits and ass. Yeah,
I read the
just
books.
think-
I read the books.
Yeah, well,
But
that doesn't.
I'm waiting for Arya to kill everyone. So yeah, and Tyrion. And yes, but Laz is pretty damn close to Tyrion sized.
That's right.
If only he knew who Tyrion was.
I know who Tyrion is. This
Are-
one guy, I know who he is because he's the little guy.
Are you sure about
He
that?
likes drinking.
He likes to drink and he knows things.
Hey, I know things.
Does that make Led Zepp the eunuch?
As I know things.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Jack?
You have no penis.
What? Let me post a picture for you guys here.
It would really be no nuts, but still.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Sack of love right here.
Hollow sack of love.
Sack of love?
Okay.
Ready to look on Discord, I'll give you a shot.
I'd prefer not to see that. Okay, so we do have release 50 notes that we can talk about.
Yes,
all
we do. We
day
have lots
long.
of release 50 notes.
Yep.
But we've got, again, got to tell them about the Pack Slayer party happening tomorrow.
Well, where's the man that's going to be talking about that?
You know, I don't know what happened to
I-
Sean. Really don't. But we do have the post on the forums here. I don't know if you have a link to it handy, but I'll give it to you. I'll put it out there for everybody.
But I was good. We can talk about the Pack Slayer party later on when it's time for calendar stuff. But we do have release 50 notes. Yay! Release 50 notes. And we just
Very, 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 very rough notes.
yes, and
Starr wants you to know that they're very, 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 very rough notes.
Really.
I was gonna say the other day we barely scratched the surface.
That's right. We didn't even touch them. That's why.
No, we did, but there's some things that have been
We
added.
touched them a lot.
Yeah.
We just didn't read much of it. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, so they are working on the Isle of Storms. So quest highlighting and locations, points of interest added back to discoverable points. Arabella's conversation has been cut short. grayed out buttons for functions that are not allowed in the scene. What? The character sheet's grayed out? What?
What you talking?
So, buttons for functions that are not allowed in this scene, example, character sheet, are now grayed out so as not to confuse new users.
Function button loss. Oh no.
Yeah.
So you can't anything in the Isle of Storms is what they're telling you.
Yeah, and they have added a task for the player to use the jump command, so they will learn all aspects of movement.
So they will know how to WASDJ.
Mandatory jumps.
Crisscross will make you jump.
That would be
WASDJ. Yeah.
WASD
That's the newest
spacebar,
radio-
man.
Yeah.
You have successfully done
Thank
the
you.
jump task. You may move on.
Yes. But that's also one. It's like I've had this conversation with myself so many times. You need to introduce more of the game mechanics in that very first scene before you throw people into, hey, here's some combat. But yeah.
Mandatory jump task.
Hey,
Yeah.
easiest way to learn how to swim is to throw the kid in the pool.
Right.
He'll learn how to swim.
Here's the keys, man. Go.
Yeah, here's the keys. Get in the car and go drive around the lot a couple times. Get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the sword.
But the difference is with guidance and without guidance or
Here's
support.
the sword. Don't cut your arms, legs, or
Pointing that way. Pointing that way. Yeah. So Battle of Highvale. Actually, we should say all of the intro scenes have had some significant retooling because that is a lot of stuff. And a lot of updates to the quests there in those starting scenes, as well as lowering of damage by traps, reducing the aggro range and the hit points of the enemies there, as well as increasing the number of them, so that way there's something to kill all over the place. And a bunch of quest fixes. Yes. So now you shouldn't be swarmed by everything in the scene. And then...
That was overwhelming for me.
Yeah, and so everything's overwhelming for you.
Yeah. Horrible. Like
Yeah. Everything's overwhelming. Scene rebuilds. We do have the South Drakfold Spur being redone by the Energy Vortex List Rostov, as well as the Sunless Barrens being rebuilt by... I forgot who did that.
Sunless Barrens.
Yeah, who was doing the Sunless Barrens? I forgot his name.
I don't know to tell you the truth.
Because Sorcerer Steve's doing you, and then Seawolf is doing the Sunless Barrens. Thank you for that. Yeah. Then the Jack of Diamonds is an airship flying high above Novia that is shrouded in mystery, and it is a safe haven for disreputable types. So in order to board the actual airship, you actually have to have negative virtue. And rumors suggest there's a black market fence on board who accepts certain undelivered mail packages and letters that would normally be turned into a town crier. And this flying den of thieves never lands, but sometimes allow those with poor reputation to board via a smaller balloon. Shuttles found near the docks of Erie, Brittany Alleys, Blood Bay, Graff Island, and the City of Mud.
Mud.
And
Mud.
while you're
Is Mud.
you have to be playing the My Name is Mud song by Primus.
My name is Mud.
My name is Mud. Yes. And yep, because my name is Mud.
Mud.
Side quests. They've added several side quests. They've improved the quest item highlighting. So
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. A bunch of those items, including the Virtue Gloves quest, Visit Shrines, Witch's Solution, Amanda Awaits, and the Courage Club. Yay! And Bank Key. So, and then quest locations. They added quest location information to the following side quests, so they will show properly on the compass map. Blah, 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 blah. Bunch of quests.
Blah, 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 blah. We'll give you it's on that next Wednesday when they nail it down a little bit.
Yeah. And then you do have the Truth Boot quest that was added, and that is found by a plunderer. And they really need to they need to work on that character type. Its name, the plunderer.
A plunderer.
He's been doing some plundering. Claims she accepts the clutches the Ebon Dawn and could use your help stealing magical cloth from an evil cultist, or maybe you'd rather help the cultist around the corner, who's willing to help you better understand the ways of the Ebon Dawn. Pursuing your own truth and cloth boots of truth may come to you in the end. The Love Boot quest, and that's going to be started off by a mentor, has brought her squires to the south Drakvald Spur to engage in a local custom. And that involves the leather boots of love. Because, hey, not my fault that the leather armors is the love series. So you need your leather boots of love that if you are looking for a bootlicker, you can always inquire at Ledjep's shop.
Bootlicker.
Yes. And
ladies only, please.
Yes. So that's going to start off in South Drakvald Spur, and doing things for her may help you get the leather greaves of love. Yeah. So the other boot quest that's going in is
snap on those leather gloves.
The Courage. Well, the leather boots of love should be laced. I believe they're knee highs.
You think?
And they have lots of lacing on them and a very high polish.
I don't know. Do we have any input on those items from the deeps?
I don't believe so. Although I don't think that's their thing, so they may or may not approve of the leather boots of love. But it's my understanding that they also have like a 6-inch stiletto on them as well.
It's what?
Yeah.
Why? Love?
Yeah, exactly, because they need to prepare.
Hello.
That quest.
Yeah. But the Courage Boot quest, that begins in the town of Yu at the blacksmith shop because he had an ingot shipment stolen. And then, are you brave enough to recover what's been stolen?
My virginity? What?
Well,
what is it?
I don't know if that was stolen or not. I mean, I believe yours is still intact. It's not?
Interesting.
Oh. I believe we have a sound effect for that.
We do, but it's not pre-programmed, and I ain't gonna try to find it.
I don't even know what it's called.
Little of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it. It's called. See.
Is it joke sting?
Thanks for your support.
Yeah.
Kick ass, dude!
Hey, you killed my kick the baby.
Ready, I kick the baby! Don't kick the baby. Kick the baby.
Yeah.
Ready,
So,
I kick the baby! Don't kick the baby. Kick
so
the baby.
Kurt's secret, you do have blacksmiths are strong, skilled, and often work long hours, but one such smith often escapes the hustle and bustle of the work by visiting the remote hills, blah, 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 blah.
Hey, sir.
Yes. Oh. Kurt's secret is hilarious because you do have to go find him out in the hills to learn what makes him so happy. It's kind of like the Zangoff thing. So Kurt's what is it with these blacksmiths and
I'm telling you, man.
I enjoy the fact that the alternative lifestyles are coming from the blacksmiths. It gives you a...
They're the ones who can, bind the leather together with all those.
By the riveting. Yeah.
Yeah, do all the riveting and stuff. Yeah.
And they can do all kinds of weird things.
Make all the pulled sliders and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Julian's on a roll here.
You should.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my.
Ooh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's not safe for work.
So they call,
And you would know this now?
They call OSHA, my God.
Yeah. Don't forget, half the fun takes place in Discord, and it's not safe for work.
No hard at either.
Wait, hold on. Enable not safe for work. Safe changes.
They should wear protection
Continue.
when they do that.
Yeah.
What the hell is happening?
What the hell is this? You gotta be 18 years old?
Yeah. Yep. So there is a fun guy who loves the fungus.
Fun guy.
Somewhere in you, that's a grumpy elf, and he wants to become a fun guy, but you do have to engage him some conversation with the sarcastic fellow to pick up another emote. But if you do want to say it with love, for when your hands do the talking to your special someone, the I heart you emote can be learned by asking Kasi, and he did kind of like do it like kind of half-assed between the two, not the full-on clasp nor the full-on spread out. It's kind of in the middle. Woo-hoo. And this is done by Kasi out in Ardoris, who once gave you was able to spread the love with the kiss emote, but that has been passed on to Chantic and Damai. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey man, I just read the things I see here, man.
Yeah. Well,
with a little bit of interpretation, just a small bit.
I'm wondering if that was a play on a word or whether that was intended for the reader to. Never mind. Yeah.
What, Chantic and Damai?
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it might be intentional.
Okay. Okay. Well, you never know around here. You gotta ask those questions. So I have no idea what question I'm asking, but I'm asking.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Then the mail for X reset was fixed.
Mail.
Yes.
So cool.
And Town Criers will once again reset the mail for whatever town you're going to. The scene polish, they touched up several scenes by adding quest data, doubled the drop rate in some places. The fall has some liches that now respawn faster. Time for the lich room run again. Woohoo! Best loot in the game. The volcanic panic.
Volcanic panic.
So we will start hearing weird things. Maybe not. But scenes with volcanic activity will now be accompanied by the occasional loud rumble and shaky screen. Affected scenes so far include the Oracle Colossus, Northwest Blackblade Mountains, Southeast Blackblade Mountains, Blackblade Foothills, and Nightshade Pass. It really should include Owl's Head. But they still have to redo the entire Hidden Vale. List, I have been to the Lich Room.
I know. What's that?
I spent several hours there. I only died like 3 times.
Who took you?
Andar and Sarah?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. See, a few hours there. Yeah. Haha. Do you want to take me to the lich room?
I wouldn't advise that.
Yeah, why not? Just because I can't carry anything.
Get
And,
you killed.
yeah. Then let's see. We do have the East Longfall Wetlands update, East Perennial Trail, the Fall, Volcanic Pass, the Verdantis Mines, and Krull were all retouched. And they were singing A Thing Called Love as they're touching me and touching you.
Touching me, touching you, yay.
Yeah. Sieges and Lunar Rifts. Using a Lunar Rift will now allow avatars to bypass sieges. It'll go from Lunar Rift to Lunar Rift. That would be nice.
Yeah, there was a little kink where
Instead of the
was
entrance.
dumping people into the siege, instead of which did not make sense. I agreed it should go right through.
It should go from Lunar Rift to Lunar Rift, not Lunar Rift to scene entrance.
Yes, absolutely.
But sieges not clearing. They fixed an issue where once they're completed, they are gone. So if that's still happening, bug report it. And the free trial, choose any path. See,
any path.
Any
so
path.
I'm
Finally.
shocked to see this change,
Finally.
personally.
Well,
I
I am glad that it's happening, and that might get a few extra people going down to a certain southeast corner of the map for you. With new users.
I don't care what corner they go into. I live in all corners of the world. I got 16 shops out there. Man.
I know.
We got the place covered, brothers.
I need to do some more crafting to catch up.
Yeah.
Those vagabonds.
I don't know if you're gonna catch up, because by the time you catch up, I'll have more shops open.
Yeah, I know.
We'll be in episode 2 by the time you catch up.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was doing some scrap to pulp yesterday and only ended up with like 2,000. So that took hours. But free trial users can now choose any of the 3 paths. That means truth, love, or courage to start. But after selection, they are locked.
Become a mage.
Yeah, they are locked to that one path going forward. They changed that from locking them to the path that had been chosen because they felt this misrepresented a core part of the brand of the game, which is choice in all things. I think the locking them to that one path is also kind of silly, because it's impossible to finish those paths with only your skill levels up to level 50. They're not locking them to a certain set of skills, but they're locking them to quests. That's just kind of silly for me.
It's a free trial. What do you want?
Hey. They can do part of the quest, and part of the quest, and part of the quest.
Trial, man.
Yep.
You can try.
Yeah, you can try. The fence demolition team has been out in the Airy and Owl's Head, and they have had the electrical fences removed from their towns.
Ooh, very interesting.
Yeah. No more electric fences. Well, that just means that the dog collar that's on a certain person around here, it will no longer be effective.
Huh?
Shock collars, man? You've never seen one of those? You don't have...
my old lady.
Why would you do that to your old lady?
So she
That's not nice.
So she behaves.
Okay, I have no idea where you're going with
Yeah,
this, so move on and take it down whatever hole you're going, because
Scene fixes. They went through many scenes and fixed a bunch of things, including stuck spots, floating assets, missing assets, bad NPC patrols, inaccessible ore nodes, missing collision, audio issues, falling through the world, tree issues, etc. Short list. Performance work. Insert awesome frame rate stuff here.
awesome
Yeah.
frame rate stuff here.
Insert here, insert here. The cloth disabling for the cloth simulation now disabled properly at a distance or behind the camera. The bank is now going to be preloaded. The contents of the bank in the background to improve performance. So it doesn't take a minute to open your bank anymore.
Is it going to be preloaded?
Yeah.
Preloaded.
And recalling to player lots. When a player uses a recall scroll to return to a lot, the scene load will now include the time it takes to load the specific lot. This will allow players to step within the lot's boundaries immediately instead of having that nice 10-second delay after while things load. So if you're recalling, that means it's just going to take additional time. Shield visual effects, ice and death, etc. They have greatly reduced the visuals so they do not obscure your field of view as much during combat and to improve performance. And they optimize some assets.
Asset optimization.
Yeah, and somebody's messaging me on Facebook. Why is that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Catfish?
No, it's grossly inappropriate messages.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see.
We don't know anything about that, do we?
Share.
Well, I can't link you to the message. Oh, yeah, yep.
Damn it. You'll have to send me one.
Yeah.
We'll have to send you the appropriate. Yes.
Hey.
We'll do that.
Yeah. I've only gotten a few inappropriate messages, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I hate when that happens.
I know. Uconda's that's a very happy satyr. Very happy. Yeah. Crafting and economy. They continue adding more loot to the game, including unique components for crafting more virtue gear and barbarian wearables. They will begin adding refining skills that increase the overall output of the refining step of crafting by increasing speed, batch size, and raw good to component ratios. Not working as intended. So refining skill trees have been expanded with new skills that increase the overall output of refined materials, not components. So this actually, we need to go look at. Oh,
Ooh.
I like that picture. For some odd reason, I don't know why I'd like that picture, but I do. But this.
You want to crawl under there?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Okay, so we need to bring up our recipe book real quick, and
That's
go
interesting.
and go to milling real quick.
We're not going to
No.
book and going to milling.
No, because this requires a conversation. So, because
I really still don't get where you're going with it, because it's the same exact thing in both places. And if you can't
follow
compare the two.
it's not the same. Because in your recipe book, the only skills that will benefit from this improved system of batching speed and efficiency are those listed as refined materials. It has nothing to do with the things that are components, decorations, or miscellaneous. So, wood pulp from scrap does not get affected. Only refined materials.
Again, I don't understand what we're going from. Okay, I guess I do. I mean, we're talking about taking ingots, ore into ingots. You're going to get an increase. So you're saying you're not getting anything from taking wood scrap to wood pulp because you're taking scrap and making mush out of it. You're releasing
which means
making
it's not going to change the amount of crafting time at all for anything that we do as far as
you have this written in stone that this is complete and fully functional, and you're not complaining about something that's not in yet and will be in a week.
Read the notes. Read that first line of refining skills. It's written in stone right there on that document in the current state. All refining skills have been expanded with new skills that increase overall output of refined materials, not components.
And up until this is not final, so that's what I'm trying to say. Then,
hey.
And for some reason, I don't know why, but you just and nobody's complained. Apparently, nobody, or at least people listening on the radio, anybody's listening. I just don't seem to hear anybody coming across the radio, and I don't know why that is. So, if anybody has got anything contrary to that and tells me that they can hear everything clearly, please let us.
What are you talking about? You can't hear me clearly?
I don't hear you at all. I start talking, and all of a sudden I hear me out of the radio, and then when I stop booming, the radio seems to go dead, and I don't hear nothing coming out when you're talking.
That's awesome. Normally, it's the exact opposite. On the radio, it's people can hear like everybody else talking in Discord, but they can't hear you.
Yeah, I know that, which is very weird. Am I still tinny today? I'm guessing I am.
Hollow.
Yeah.
He didn't say tinny, it was hollow or something.
I don't know.
On Twitch is not the issue. I know the levels on Twitch are fine.
He's talking about the radio, so you can open up the Ether amplifier and tune into Radio Free Britannia and listen in and see what ends up happening and report it to Laz that way. And remember, there is a delay.
What?
I told him how they can get to the radio station.
Nice.
Yeah. So crafting.
You said recorded at 2. I was like, what are you talking about?
Report it to Laz. I mean, they can type it out in game chat and say, "Hey, we can hear Laz and Jack," or we cannot hear.
I know you can hear me. I'm concerned about them hearing everything else that's going on. That's all.
Yeah. Led Zepp's trying to concentrate on the show, man.
I know. Led Zepp's trying to concentrate on all the clipping that's happening in Discord. I know. Am I still clipping, Led Zepp? Am I still clipping?
Occasionally. Yes.
Oh, that's called the day.
Oh, he's referring to that picture.
Keep an eye on that light that don't go off. Yeah, see.
Marguerite says she hears you on the radio.
I know she hears
She can hear both of you on the radio, too.
And everything sounds normal and
something
to you guys out there.
And then after that, crafting skill display. Skill requirements for recipes are now displayed in the recipe book at merchants when teaching a recipe. In the recipe list at crafting station if you do not meet the skill level requirements of the recipe. Yay. Recipe list user interface polish. They made some visual improvements to the recipe list user interface in crafting stations to where now you can only see 3 recipes at a time.
You gotta cut it off. You're way over time.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Way over budget. Way over budget with your time there, buddy.
Hey, not my fault. It's all your fault.
Hey, I haven't been on a soapbox in a while. It's interesting to see you get on one.
Dude, seriously. It's like if you want to encourage like botting and macroing, make it so that way in order to craft 20 teleports or 20 recall scrolls from scratch take over 10 minutes. I mean, seriously, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
You call it what you want to call it. I call it keeping the competition out because they won't go for it. So,
well, I'm aware, but it's still
call it corporate tunnel. That's what you call
That's right. Keeping the competition out.
Hey, I spent like 6 hours yesterday to craft like 2,000.
But see, I don't know why you still do that. We have guild members that will help you out and give you all the... you want the experience that you're never going to use. I know.
on my character that is that is level
That
6.
does nothing but mill. Yeah.
That is all it does is mill. He's adventurer level 6.
You don't understand. That's all he does.
Exactly. Yes. And he owns the lot.
He likes the pulp.
Yep. Hey, it gives me something to bitch about. So it is time for you to do that thing.
Right along to tell you folks about the NBN Shroud Avatar app.
Yep.
Available out there in the Google Play Store, the Amazon App Store, the Apple iStore. Whatever your electronic device is, we have an app that'll take care of you. And of course, man, that's awful loud today. I don't know. It is. But yes, you can take Shrouded Avatar with you here. Computer, stop. Yeah, that's what I got. I just got to turn it up.
Hit yourself, Lexi.
You can check out the forums. You can shop the marketplace. You can read the NBN Daily Britannian. You can listen to that loud radio I had on in the background. And much, much more. Of course, you can check out the social calendar, what's going on in and around Shrouded Avatar, right here on the NBNN Shrouded Avatar app and hosted on the NBNN website.
That's right.
Website.
Yay, website. Yay, calendar. Where they didn't add that special event for Saturday,
I
but
know
we
that.
will get to
That's
it
why
eventually.
I've been talking about it all week because
Hey, we tell
When
people to
did
add
you
events
get-
to their calendar, but no, they don't ever listen. So the Shroud of the Avatar community calendar is on nbnn.info. Just click on the calendar button at the top. And don't forget that it is an aggregate of all of the available public Google calendars related to Shroud of the Avatar. And if you have one, or if you want to add events to the Shroud community calendar, you need to email that guy, news@nbnn.info, and he will eventually do something, and possibly I will read out those events at some time in the future. All times on the calendar are Central Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia time.
Nude Britannia time.
Mondays through Fridays, you need to tune in your ether amplifiers to Radio Free Britannia.
WRFB.
And listen to two idiots interpreting the news so you don't have to on a little show called Lunch with us. At 6 p.m., no, sorry, that's it. At 5 p.m. on
That's us again.
Avatar's
That's right.
Radio. At 5 o'clock on Avatar's Radio, they're going country again. At 7 p.m., the Phoenix Republic is doing their PvE nights. And that's message Kaizen Phoenix Fire or Malhari and see if they're in game to go explore a variety of
Is that right?
things. What?
2 days? Is that right? 2 days in a row?
Yeah. Hey, I won't tell you what his Facebook says and what games he's playing, but no. 7 p.m. on
Space.
in the town of Vengeance, you have Vengeance Madness PvP in a non-PvP zone. Yay!
PvP town.
And at the same time on the Ether Amplifier, you need to tune in your Ether Amplifiers for the 70s at 7 on Radio Free Britannia. At 8 o'clock on Avatar's Radio, DJ Aline is doing the Beat of Novia. At 10, she's also doing the Beat of Novia. One or both, I don't know. At 10 p.m. on Radio Free Britannia is The Record Room. Which takes us to Saturday, which gets started early Saturday morning at 1 a.m. with our very own Omen Crow on Radio Free Britannia with the House of Omen. At 6 a.m. is Wake Up New Britannia with Wolfdom and Celine. At 10 a.m. is the Pax Slayer General Meeting. At 4 p.m.
Wake up, New Britannia with Wolfdom and Justin.
Sorry.
What
did I say? Yeah,
Celine.
Sorry. Wake Up New Britannia with Wolfdom and Justin, 6 a.m.
I thought you meant
Yeah.
now.
So,
sorry.
it's been a couple of years. It's understandable.
I mean, I don't even expand them anymore. So,
But it's a whole new show. It's a whole new format. So don't forget to
all
check
kinds of
out
different
Wake
things.
Up New Britannia. That's right. All new stuff for you folks out there.
yes. 4 p.m. on Avatars Radio, you need to tune in for Power Hour with Mick Foley. At 4 p.m. is the EVL Virtue League PvP tournament. At 6 p.m. on AR is the DJ Bear Cub, who's going to be dancing. At 7 p.m. is Orders Auction at Violations Lot in the town of Ordinus Mortis. At 8 p.m. on Avatars Radio, Sleepius and Lord Baldrith are doing Echoes from the Caverns. At 8:30 is the Pack Slayer General Meeting. 10 p.m. in the town of Novian Market is the Noma Promo Asia Edition, now with requests. And on the Ether Amplifier is DJ Brazen Spirituality on Avatars Radio. And now I need to go find that tab that had the that silly event. What did I do with it?
Give you your cursor now.
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah, okay. Got to find a tab.
You mean that we should have spoken about way before we got through the end of Saturday, because this is happening all week.
Hey.
Like that,
And that's why I've been pushing it all week, because there's events that are going on throughout the week. Of course,
what do we
tomorrow?
What do we tell people about putting events on the calendars?
And what do I tell people about giving me information that we will show it on the show? They brought it to me. They gave me the link. Here's the link. Okay, just because it's not on the calendar doesn't mean we don't promote it, buddy.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
We got time to do stuff.
Right.
But yes, Sean Silversplit was supposed to be here.
Morning, 10 a.m. That's right. And Sean was supposed to come on and plug this
Yes.
himself, which didn't happen. So
Yeah.
happening 10 a.m. tomorrow out at Pack Slayer Tavern. There's going to be an informal dance party with words from some folks and music and streaming, and a good time is going to be had by all celebrating past 20th anniversary party. Again, a lot of these things were happening throughout the week inside here and in Ultima Online, where they founded Pack Slayer.
And in real life, they've got 4 different soda meetups. So DC Metro area with Wrath Phoenix. They're also going to have a few others, and a commemorative Pack Slayer coin developed by Ashlyn from PAX and Sir Frank. Yay.
But all sorts of great stuff from your community members out there.
Yep. Yay. Go find that post on the forums.
Sunday.
At the Fair Park Coliseum.
That's right. Time for Sunday. Starts off 1 a.m. in the town of Novian Market with the Noma Promo Asia Edition. And at the same time, on your Ether amplifiers, you do need to tune in to Radio Free Britannia for the House of Omen with Omen Crow. 4 a.m., Royal Sexy is back on Avatars Radio with Dance, Dance, Dance. At 6 a.m., Noma Promo out in the town of Novian Market. At 9 a.m. on Avatars Radio is DJ Striker with Lost in the Spaces. At 12, you do have the Noma Promo Americas Edition in the town of Novian Market. At 12:30 in the town of New Britannian Market, you do have Bowen Bloodgood's Astronomy Night taking place at the museum, followed by the final event of the weekend, and that is the Bear Tavern Pub Crawl, starting out in the town of Barons Reach and adventuring on elsewhere. Yes.
That's right.
And that's our
all
community
great
calendar.
adventures start in a pub.
Yep.
But of course, it's been a long week. It's been a long day. It's been a long show. And we're going to go ahead and start rolling on out of here because time is running short. So we're just going to briefly say a big thank you to all of our... Don't look at me. Yeah, I didn't get bugs today, pal. Don't be doing that stuff. I'm watching the screen here. I don't care. We got no script. We ain't got no time restraints.
What are you
You
talking
don't
about?
need no structure.
You don't need those structure.
Yep.
It's not a gang. It's a club, man.
Yes. Thank you to all of
That's
our
right.
sponsors. We couldn't do the show.
Thank you, everybody who supports us out there, including you guys, and especially... I love you guys, man. You just every week you hit us up with a little something, whether it's a little PayPal or it's a little cheering. One of our biggest and best fans out there. Got to just say a big thank you. Of course, all the rest of you out there who are patrons or helping support, don't forget, become a subscriber on YouTube. We need the YouTube followers to subscribers to keep monetizing our videos, to help keep bringing this to you out there on YouTube. Otherwise, we may just go bye-bye on YouTube if we can't hit those numbers.
Yep. We will see. We will see
Don't
what
know
ends
yet.
up happening.
Yes, we will find out as we come up, and we will keep you posted. Meanwhile, got to thank everybody, and of course, don't forget, do all your shopping out at shroudmarketplace.com. If you need recall and teleport scrolls, you can get them over at Weddings and More by Laz.
Or Synesis stuff. Cheaper and better, guaranteed not to fizzle. Synesis stuff.
Yeah, don't listen to his guaranteed not to fizzle. Ask him if he'll give you a refund if it fizzles. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'll give you a refund if it fizzles. You're the one that uses inferior pulp.
Yeah. Tell him you got to prove it was my scroll. In
Yeah, that's
that
right.
Pile of 1,000.
That's right. Where's my maker's mark, man?
And of course, got to thank everybody joining us out here. Comes on out and joins us in game every day. Love seeing you guys and just having a good time with all the shenanigans here on the lot. It is Friday. We have the QA server up. We're gonna go out to a bunch of other things and try and have a good time. We have more news and information for you when we come back on Monday. But I'm Lance.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, everybody. And we will see you all on Monday.
Bye-bye.